This month has been super busy for Katie and I, so just bear with me. After the car show, I'll be back to my regular upload schedule, but I just wanted to get one last video out before the trip. Today we're talking about the biggest mistakes of my YouTube career, so get some coffee, some popcorn, whatever you normally do while you watch my videos, and enjoy. So the topic for this video is actually inspired by an incident that happened last week. I lost monetization on one of my million view videos, so I want to explain this so that you guys don't make the same mistake that I did. When I started my channel, I would just go on YouTube and search for free background music. The OG subscribers might remember a lot of my old videos would start out with, "This is a Chucky Beat production," that type of thing. There's even a channel that's called No Copyright Sounds. But the problem is a video might be copyright free at the time that you use it, but let's say down the road an artist licenses that beat, or maybe that song ends up on iTunes or Spotify. Now the new copyright owner is gonna own the revenue stream for your video going forward. So even now, like years later, I'll still randomly get emails from YouTube saying like, "Hey, this video from like 2016, you're not able to monetize anymore." It's really frustrating. So what do? Use a site that allows you to actually purchase a license. That way, if there's any problem, you actually have documentation saying that you do have the rights to use the song in your video. Now personally, I've been using Epidemic Sound since 2018 and I haven't had any monetization issues since using them. There's also sites like Artlist, there's other sites that have the same service, but basically you want to make sure that you're paying for a license so that you actually have the rights to use the music. Bottom line is, if you didn't pay for a license, you don't own it, and using music that you didn't pay for is always a risk that's usually not worth it. Obsessing over analytics. One of the very best things that I ever did for my channel and my sanity was deleting the YouTube Analytics app off my phone. A couple years ago, I went on a family trip to Hawaii, and before the trip, I deleted the Analytics app as well as all of my other social media apps. And it was the best that I felt in a long time, and when I came home from that trip, I decided that I was never going to use that app again, and I'd be very intentional with my relationship with my analytics. Nowadays, I just log in once or twice a month. I look at how my channel is doing as a whole. I check for monetization and copyright issues like we just talked about. And there's also a feature on there where you can see like your most recent 10 videos, how those performed against each other. That's really helpful, and that's really all that you need to see. Just take a glance at the topics that performed well, look at the titles and thumbnails that captured people's attention, and that's really all you need to do. There's absolutely no need to just sit there and constantly refresh your stats every 10 minutes. I promise nothing good will come out of that. One of the most costly mistakes that I ever made on YouTube was not monetizing my videos correctly early on. So you might remember a couple years ago, I posted about how the video "Don't Buy a BMW Until You Watch This" lost out on an estimated $10,000 of ad revenue because the monetization wasn't optimized properly. So basically, YouTube allows us to choose the types of ads that we want to show on our videos, and if you just select all of them, YouTube will just automatically pick the ones that are best for the viewer. But for some reason, when I started my channel, I was only using those banner ads, which are actually the lowest paying ads. And then later on, when I compared the views and the revenue from that video to my current videos, I almost threw up when I realized how much money I had missed out on. Now on the plus side, that was the one video that really jump-started my YouTube career, and I owe a lot of my early on success to that one video. But man, that 10 grand sounds really nice right about now. Another huge monetization mistake that I made early on was making my videos too short. So on YouTube, videos under 8 minutes, you're only allowed to have one advertisement on, but as soon as you pass that 8-minute threshold, you can have as many ads as you want. So just by getting to that 8-minute mark, you're automatically at least doubling your earning potential for the video. I'm kicking myself because almost every video that I made from like 2019 and earlier is like less than 5 minutes long, so all of those videos that are still getting views even to this day, I'll never be able to fully monetize the way that I do with my current videos. And if you guys ever noticed that on some other channels, the beginning of the video is just like fluff and filler content, and they don't really get to the meat of the video till like halfway in. They're just playing the game to try to get you to watch as long as possible. Not understanding sponsorships. So another common problem that I see a lot of channels making is not really understanding the relationship with their sponsors, and a lot of times companies, especially when it comes to a smaller channel, they're gonna approach you like they're doing you some big favor by sending you something for free. But I'm telling you guys, if you don't work out the right deal, it's gonna be one-sided, usually in their favor. So let's say a company sends you a $100 car part for free. Yay, free car parts. You make the video, it goes viral, the company does hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales based on your video. If you didn't have an affiliate deal set up in the beginning, you're not gonna see a penny of those sales, so I hope you like the car part. So a few quick tips with sponsorships: always ask for an affiliate deal where you'll get paid a commission if the product sells. Don't feel like you need to take every sponsorship opportunity that comes along. Sometimes the headaches, the emails, and the deadlines that come with sponsorships just aren't worth it. Don't accept deals for random products that have nothing to do with your channel and your content. I've turned down deals for home appliances, women's clothing, you name it. Be wary of companies that want to pay you for a review or want to see and make changes to your footage before it goes live on YouTube. I've always thought that's a little bit sketchy. I even had a company one time wanted me to pay full price for their product, and they said if it hit a certain number of views they would pay me back. Yeah, no. Just understand that sponsorship isn't Santa Claus giving you a free gift because you were good all year. They're just business transactions. Don't let companies take advantage of you. And lastly, and this is going to lead into the next segment of the video, but not taking breaks in the world of YouTube and social media. We get caught up in this hustle culture where we feel like we constantly need to be working or doing or creating something. I think a lot of YouTubers would agree with me that if we don't post for a period of time, we feel this really heavy burden, almost like a guilt, like we owe our subscribers this constant stream of fresh content, or maybe we even have this fear that our subscribers will forget all about us if we don't post for a week or two. But it almost always leads to burnout, and every YouTuber that I know personally has felt this at some point. So one of the things that I've been implementing this year is just being mindful about taking breaks and taking time to step away from YouTube from time to time. Sometimes we can be so hyper-focused on the day-to-day of creating new content that we don't stop to see the bigger picture, and sometimes it's not until you take a step back that you realize it. I say this because July has been a crazy month for Katie and I. Between doctor appointments, I had a family emergency where I was out of state for a few days. We have a family trip next week that we actually have to leave a day early from to go to the car show. It's just been really crazy. Old me would have been freaking out right now about not having enough time to post my regular videos, but now I don't feel so guilty about taking time off, and I'm actually really looking forward to the videos that I have planned when I get back. And as a bonus, as my wife is shouting at me off camera, I really need to take her advice from time to time. She's always giving me video ideas and I'm like, I don't know if that'll work, but when I do them, they always blow up, they're always great, so. Remember Blue? Ah, she's getting heavy.
You can deal with her face.
Last call for tickets for Keys Auto Show. The show is July 24th in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Head over to keysmotorsports.com to register your car before it's too late.